who would you say like three artists in your heavy rotation is right now musically?
My favorite artist by far is Drake. I feel like
Okay.
Drake is my favorite artist currently just because I'm just a huge fan. Like I'm just a huge
Really?
fan. Like
So what about Drake in particular?
it's his it's the skill that he has to make any song have its own vibe. Like again, just going back to that word, like this vibe from one song and the vibe from another song, just being just I guess like being I guess just being able to just make a vibe just out of like nothing. Like he can start a song with him just talking, and then as soon as that beat drops in, it's like that's when the vibe just goes crazy. And I feel like he has the skill, or he has the ability with like all the people that that he works with to create that with any song that he makes. Um,
Do
yeah, I
you
feel like
do you know much about the creative process behind Drake?
not him specifically. I don't know much of his creative process because I feel like he keeps himself very kind of under wraps.
But does he have I'm curious about him is does he have is it like a full team and they all individually are great at specific things and he just happens to be kind of like the face of the team and it's not like a knock or anything. It's like they're almost like this machine that has so much longevity because everybody does what they do really well and it's like
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I for sure think that Drake is much as much as I'm a fan of him, there is no way he's that big just like by himself.
But
Um,
what he does really well is project the persona that he does, which
exactly.
is incredibly inspiring to everybody, right?
Right. Yeah, no, exactly. Like a lot of people don't know kind of the kind of like the backstage scenes be like behind all of this. People really think Drake, and I feel like Drake gets a lot of hate because people are like, he doesn't write his own songs, he doesn't do this, he doesn't do this. But Drake as a whole machine, kind of like you said,
Yeah.
is a very powerful force because they are people who can write words that just match together well, and then like they have a person who creates the beats and a person who just stands by and is like, wait, no, you should go back and add this beat in there, and it's just a whole team thing. And I personally feel like Drake just can't go wrong. I feel like Drake just always has something up his sleeve.
Huh. Like musically or like
Yes, yeah,
okay.
like musically I feel like I don't know. I honestly feel like I'm just starting to fan girl now. I'm just like, oh my god, Drake, yes. But I just feel like you can't just not like a Drake song. People do. I get it. But like me personally,
I
like
think they project too much of their opinions about Drake into the music.
I get that. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of politics like within the music industry that the like people always try to talk down about someone. People just
Yeah.
like people are always trying to discredit someone for doing something
Mhm.
when it's like if you sit back and you see that Drake is not just Drake, it's like Drake and his team,
Yeah.
then it's like you kind of start to appreciate the group, just the like whole artistry that Drake is.
Yeah. I so back in 2019, so I'm a big basketball fan and the Milwaukee Bucks are my favorite team.
Oh,
And
okay.
in the 2019 Eastern Conference Finals, I found it so annoying when Drake would be on the court and ESPN and like TNT would show him all the time, and he was just being
All the
so
time.
obnoxious that for a year, I just said, I'm not listening to Drake music anymore. So I, within my own control, stopped listening to Drake for over a year. And then there was a certain point where I'm like, because then the Raptors won the finals,
Yep.
and my Bucks lost, and I was obviously very distraught. But I think I don't know specifically when it was, but then I just kind of relax a little bit, and I go back into the discography of Drake, and I'm like, man, these are I
That's
can
right.
I can't not listen to these songs.
Right.
So
No.
I removed my band. So now
Remove your
I
band.
listen
Right.
to Drake again.
Nice. Good. Good. Um, yeah, I feel like quick quick like story about my kind of like up and downs I've been going through these last couple months is I feel like to me personally, dance became such a job that it became to a point where I wasn't really enjoying it like as much. Like it just felt like I had to like go back home and think about work. I had to like go to work to teach, and I had to like work there, and it just got very exhausting. And then when Drake released his recent album last November, I think it was, I had told my girlfriend, like, hey, babe, I'm going to be in my room. I'm going to like set up all these cool like mood lighting and stuff. And like, I'm literally just going to sit and just like listen to this entire album. And that's exactly what I did. And listening to his album made me want to dance again. Like it
Wow.
like made me want to just move. And that's something that I hadn't felt in a long time. I felt like prior to that, like I was picking songs just like I was just picking songs trying to figure out, okay, so like this is for work. And again, going back to it, trying to force a vibe, trying to like
Yeah.
force a vibe out into a song. And then when Drake came on and I just had the mood lighting and I was sitting there just like grooving, and it just felt so good. And I don't think I can name another like I don't think I can name another artist that can make me feel that same way, because
Wow.
again, it's not the same vibe with each song. It's like I can be bouncing up and down to one song, and then the following song can be a slow song, and I can just sit there and just roll the whole time. So Drake has been a big influence on my dancing career, but just also on me as a person. I feel like people always have those artists that they can say, I feel like they wrote this song for me. I feel like the stuff they're saying is stuff I'm going through right
Yeah.
now. And I've literally felt that way since I heard my first Drake song.
Wow.